If you like to hear me ramble, then try to stick with me on this one. But I want to talk about why I feel like it just feels like a scam trying to get a car in 2026. And this comes from someone who, in the past, drove a Mercury Grand Marquis. That was kind of one of my first vehicles, to now driving a Tesla Model 3, which I've had for about 4.5 years. And then just yesterday, trying out a new Tesla Model X. And for those of you who don't know, the Model X is pretty much out of production. I think officially they will no longer be producing those and the Model S. So just being able to try one out, and obviously as someone with a that will have a family pretty soon, for those of you who don't know, bigger cars are kind of something that I'm interested in now. And luckily back then when I bought my Model 3, I originally bought it. I bought it out. Of course, when crypto was at its peak, I just so happened to cash out enough to pay to pay that car off, buy it out, completely outright, but also pay double that in taxes. So we won't get too much into that. But the point is, I own my car outright, thankfully. If I didn't, I don't know. I don't know how much I'd be paying monthly. It'd be insane because insurance already is like 200 and something bucks a month. And I live in an apartment, so I actually don't even have charging within the apartment. I still have to go to superchargers every time I want to, get a charge. But I still like it. It's honestly, it's a fun car to drive. I can't really imagine myself not driving one of these. However, with the idea of having a family coming, I'm like, I gotta upgrade. I gotta get a bigger car, maybe, potentially. My spot is also extremely small too, so that's also preventing me from wanting to get a different car. But more than that, it's like cars are expensive, man. Like, again, I think I paid close to 60 grand for that Model 3 4.5 years ago. And I think today, if I'm lucky, I could probably sell it for like 20 something. Effectively meaning I spent like, that car's depreciated like, I don't know, $10,000 almost a year, every year. Not including the money including money that I've spent on it. I mean, whether it be replacing the tires that cost literally like $1,600, or what was it the other day that I also paid for? Oh yeah, literally the other day, one of the speakers weren't working, so I had to bring that into Tesla. That was like 400 bucks. Um, that stuff is I can handle because I paid for it a long time ago. And so some of these things that I'm paying for a little bit here and there, it is what it is. And back in the day when I had my Mercury Grand Marquis, I was spending a lot of money on that freaking thing because the car itself cost $2,000, but the fixes I put into it, I probably ended up spending like 3,000 on it, just because of how old it was. Um, but like trying to get a new car, man, like I hear some of my friends, they're paying like $500-600 a month for the car payment alone. That doesn't include insurance or anything. And when I think about it, I'm like, even a Model X, dude. And mind you, I get it. Model X, it's like a really fancy car, but those things jumped in price like 20-25% over the last month since Tesla announced that they're no longer producing them. So people are spending like $80,000 on these things, and I just can't help but wonder to myself. I'm like, I get this idea, of like everyone wants to upgrade, everyone wants to get a bigger and better car. When you start a family, oh, you got to get the bigger car, you got to get the bigger house, you got to get the bigger this, bigger that. And I'm like, I know I don't need it, right? And I'm not going to do it because it's way too expensive. But it's less because of how expensive it is, and it's more because of you just end up like pissing away so much money in depreciation that like I get why people lease. Honestly, in a way, it's like a lot of people just want to feel something different, have a different ride after 4 5 years. I guess for a lot of people, leases make sense. But for owning a car outright, like for me, for owning this Model 3, for it to really have actually made sense back then for me to have bought it, I would need to own this car for like, I don't even know, at least like another 4 or 5 years. Because then, at least the depreciation per year kind of, it's kind of like elongated over the entire year, the entire years that I own it. It's just like, I don't know how people do it, man. I just don't know how people do it. I realize a lot of people they'll buy it, they'll put it on a credit card, and then they'll just pay it over as time goes on. But as someone who just like wants to own less, it it's really hard for me to understand why I would want to sell this car that I have right now and buy a bigger version of the same thing. Well, no, the Model X is definitely better. A Model Y would be the bigger version of the same thing. But even that, even forget a Tesla, for example, right? Let's just say it's another car, like it's a Rivian or it's a gas car, a regular gas car. It's just you lose so much money on this thing, man. And even then, it's like I've been there with my friends when they were buying a car, and they really fleece you. It just feels like buying a car is the biggest scam of 2026. I don't know. I'm. What do you guys think? I mean, I just wanted to come on a ramble. I know I usually talk about crypto stuff, but I was just thinking about this the other day when I was driving this new Model X. I'm like, wow, this feels great. Then after the first hour, I was just like, all right, I'm over this. I want my car back. You know what I mean? Like, is it almost like a phone where it's like every year, every 2 years, people want a new phone, and maybe just changing up your wallpaper, changing up your, your case or something like that, and like doing something different with the icons makes it feel like it's a new phone, and that's more than enough to, feel like you have something different. I don't know. So maybe I have to like put stickers in the car, get it repainted or something. I'm not gonna do that. I'll tell you that much. But shit, man, I don't know. It just feels like such a scam. And it's one that I think I watched some videos on it in the past on YouTube, and it seems like a lot of people, unfortunately, are in the situation where they're paying for 2 cars, 3 cars, in a when they don't even need it, right? Everyone feels like they need a car. Dude, I'm just ranting at this point. But anyway, what do you guys own 2 cars? Do you own 1 car? Like, what's everyone's thought process with when to buy a new car, and how long to keep your current one? If your thing's falling apart, obviously it makes sense. Maybe if you're investing more into it than the thing is worth, makes sense. Like my Grand Marquis. But like my car, for example, like I don't know. Again, it's been like 4 years, 4+ years. I can't believe it's been that long. But like I don't imagine myself upgrading anytime soon. I don't want to, at least, right? I want to ride that thing until it hits like 200,000 miles or something like that. That'd be great, because then I would feel like I really got my worth out of it. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. And if you like these kind of videos, then let me know. Maybe I can post them, like electronic / hot take videos versus just crypto stuff. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Catch you in the next one. Peace.